Hi, my name is Dr. David Tener. We are here at the Goldberg Tener Clinic, joined by our patient Jack, who's the star of the show today, and his mom Stephanie. And we are just absolutely thrilled to present Jack's case and the success that he has achieved with us over the course of the past year. Jack is now 15, correct?
That's correct.
Correct, okay. And he came to see us originally with his mom approximately a year ago. This was in June of 2022. We're now in July of 2023. And Jack's going to tell his story, a little bit about what brought him in originally and the positive changes he has made. And so Jack, tell us what type of problem did you have originally? What brought you in at that time?
Yeah, so about a year and a half ago, I had a thing called alopecia, where you lose your hair, and all my hair was gone in a matter of like 2 weeks or so. And well, I had little headaches, went to the hospital one night, and then, I guess 6 months later, came to you guys.
Okay, and so that must have been very distressing for you as a young guy going to school and only 14 years old. To have all your hair fall out can certainly be a very stressful experience. What was that like for you, Miss Pierce, to watch Jack go through that?
Yeah, it was scary to see it happen because it happened almost overnight. The second time he lost a little bit of hair around the edges 2 years before, and it grew back, and then the second time it fell out almost overnight, it felt like, and he was also like sick for a couple weeks with headaches, but you don't want your kid to not have hair.
Yeah, sure, it's perfectly understandable. So my understanding is that you had taken him to a dermatologist to be evaluated,
Yes.
and they diagnosed him with autoimmune alopecia. So this was a result of an autoimmune process that he had going on. And medically, they suggested to use some steroid foam, is that right? To put it on topically on his hair. And that's the common course medically to treat this type of problem, is to use some type of steroidal compound. And we've seen other cases like this, and on virtually all cases we've seen, the steroids will, in most cases, cause some hair regrowth to occur, but as soon as the steroid is discontinued, the hair just falls right back out. So we don't really see it as being a good long-term solution, and there's also the potential for side effects when you do that too. So our approach here is not to treat disease, and we work with a lot of people with autoimmune issues, but rather to find out what factors were causing this for Jack, so we could address those things directly and get him doing the right things to start to rebuild his health, so function normalizes, and as you can see, his hair has regrown very nicely. Interestingly, in Jack's case, he also had a history of seasonal allergies, and patients that have autoimmune issues we will commonly find that they have an allergic background, which was playing a big role with Jack's case. He had a lot of pollen-related sensitivities. He had also had a lot of courses of antibiotics throughout his life, and that can set the stage for this type of problem happening, as it disturbs the functional balance of the GI tract and the immune system. We had identified through testing that he had a pretty high case, a significant case of SIBO, or bacterial overgrowth in the small intestine, so there were digestive issues occurring too. And the digestive issues, the allergies, and the autoimmunity that was occurring were all kind of feeding on each other and creating this problem for him. So we worked hard with Jack, created a program for him, and I've been working him through a process. And I got to say, Jack has been an excellent patient.
Thanks.
We've asked him to make some significant changes to his habits, including taking some time off from some activities that he really liked to do. He was a cross-country runner, but at the time was putting his system under too much stress, so he took some time off from that. We've made changes to his diet. We've had to put things in place to control some of the allergic responses that he was having. And he complained very little to none at all, actually. He's worked very hard, and he's actually complained less than a lot of our adult patients in terms of making changes to his habits. He's been a real pleasure to work with. And so, Jack, tell us now, and obviously we can see your hair has come back in beautifully, and he's a very handsome young guy. What other changes have you noticed? And also your eyebrows came back in. He had no eyebrows there for a while, so we'll show the before and after pictures. But what other changes have you noticed in your health, and particularly as it relates to the allergies?
Well, before, I got really sick with allergies, and it was just horrible, missed school a couple days. But now I don't even have to take any medicine.
Yeah.
And I feel 100% fine.
Yeah.
He took allergy medicine since he was 2.
He was taking allergy medicine since he was 2
Yeah.
years old.
Yeah.
Wow. Antihistamines.
Yeah, I took Claritin, Zyrtec, and then Zizal.
And we live in Georgia, which is kind of like pollen hell down here, where the pollen is just is really, really strong. A lot of people suffer with allergies here where we are. And so you went from taking allergy medication every day, starting when you were 2 years old. And we just had a big, long pollen season, a pretty heavy one here in the spring. How many times did you have to take some type of allergy medication over the last, say, 6 months?
Maybe 3. Even
Maybe
then,
3 times.
it wasn't as bad.
Wow. Okay, so a significant reduction, virtually none at all, and you've been able to go outside and enjoy yourself and run around and you're playing baseball.
Mhm.
That's wonderful. So you can see as the immune system started to quiet down, his hair started growing back, his allergies started to cool off. How's your digestion working now?
Oh yeah, it's fine.
It's great. So see the GI tract, the immune system, allergy, autoimmunity, everything started to improve together, not by treating symptoms, but by getting him doing the right things to normalize function. So we're absolutely thrilled. Do you have anything else to add, either of you?
Well, my energy level, it's
Yeah.
through the roof. It was
It's
yeah.
Yeah.
It's
You were
great.
tired before, you had a lot of fatigue?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Well, thank you guys for joining us and for sharing your story. I hope it will serve as an inspiration to other patients suffering with similar issues, that improvements can occur when we do the right things and address causes and create the right conditions. So we look forward to continuing to build on your success.
Thank you.
Thank you.
You're welcome.